Hello, everyone. Welcome to Licenses So Clear session. We are going to decipher and make sure you understand all the different type of Copilot licenses. It seems like everything is being called Copilot, and that can cause confusion, especially when it comes to licensing. Fear not, I'll break it down so it's simple for you, and I'll clear up all the confusion around licensing Copilot. If something is still not clear, I'm offering free consultation one-on-one personalized to talk through your licenses as well as your Copilot licenses. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the session here, but let me get started with an introduction of myself. So my name is Ridwan. I have over 5 years of experience just working with licensing. I worked at Microsoft and other partners as well. I'm licensed in Microsoft 365, AWS, GCP, Microsoft Azure, AI, and Power Platform, and a couple other certificates as well. And we have a really strong licensing team at Stoneridge, which is based on partnership. And my job is to help our clients take advantage of all the resources that are available to them when it comes to licensing. So there are 6 main Copilot licenses that we're going to cover today, all the way from the free licenses to the paid licenses and everything in between. So what I mean by that are there are Copilots that are built into applications, and it may already be included with the licenses that you already have. I want to go through it all and make it easy. So licenses we're going to cover are Microsoft Copilot, Microsoft Copilot for Sales, Copilot for Microsoft 365, the built-in Copilots in Dynamics 365, Microsoft Copilot Studio, and Microsoft Copilot for Service. So let's hop right into it. So let's start with Microsoft Copilot. So Microsoft Copilot is your everyday AI companion, providing AI-powered chat for the web. You may have already seen this on your Microsoft Edge browser or on your taskbar of your Windows. This is completely free and available at no additional cost for Microsoft 365 and Office 365 subscriptions. I personally like to think about this as ChatGPT, but can interact with some of your organization's data. I made sure I mentioned this because it's not the same thing as the other licenses that we're going to talk about. And this license usually causes a bit of confusion because it's not really a license. It's already included in your Microsoft 365 subscription. It's the base level of Copilot that you can have. So, uh, so with that out of the way, let's talk about Copilot for Microsoft 365. Keep an eye on this animation as well while I speak. So Copilot for Microsoft 365 combines the power of AI with your calendar, emails, chats, documents, meetings, and the Microsoft 365 apps. It's designed to boost productivity as things that would otherwise take hours can take minutes. As you saw, few a few simple prompts and you have a whole document created for you already. So it's kind of remarkable what this can do. And when people talk about productivity tools and how Copilot will make users more productive and so on, they're referring to the Copilot for Microsoft 365 license. This is a paid license. It's about $360 a year per user, and it must be added on top of an existing Microsoft 365 bundle, such as Microsoft 365 Business Premium or Microsoft 365 E3 license. The list is pretty exhaustive. I'm not going to cover all of them, but if you do have questions, you could ask me at any time. So as of right now, you can only purchase it upfront, but we're not able to purchase it on an annual commitment term, but pay for it monthly. However, there's a 5% upcharge. There's also a 15% promotion available if you purchase more than 10 licenses, but this must be done before December 31st, 2024. So if you are planning to buy or use Copilot in 2025, work with me on that strategy. You could purchase 10 now, you could add more later and still get that 15% discount. So you can purchase this license from Stoneridge. I'll be more than happy to assist you. The Microsoft Copilot for Sales brings together the power of Copilot for Microsoft 365, like the one we talked about in the last slide, but with sellers' workflows. So what I mean by that is you can reference your CRM data and use it to create presentations, write emails, or reports, and so on. This isn't the same thing as the one that is included in your CRM already that you've probably been playing with as of right now already, but we'll get to that in a little bit. It's an add-on license to your Microsoft 365 bundle and includes the licenses that I talked about earlier. It's almost double the cost of Copilot for Microsoft 365, but the value proposition here is you get the ability to interact with your CRM data. Of course, you also need a Dynamics 365 license, but fun fact, if you have Salesforce, you can connect to that as well. And this license is available through CSP, so you could purchase this from Stoneridge as well. I don't want to go into the depths of the differences between Copilot for Sales and Copilot for Microsoft 365, but I thought this table here was quite interesting and it articulated the difference between the two licenses and the value proposition of the Copilot for Sales quite well. If you are interested, you could screenshot this page, but really the summary of this is it takes Copilot for Microsoft 365, but adds CRM data. So you could do things like create reports, create emails based on the CRM data, or even create PowerPoints. So here's page 2. You could do so much more, like a meeting prep with CRM opportunity summary. You could read, write, summarize access to related CRM entities. So if you want to know something about a certain client, you could do that quite easily. It's a pretty powerful tool, and the licenses are at $600 a user a year, and it's available to purchase in CSP. The Microsoft Copilot for Services, very similar licensing structure as the one that I mentioned before this, the Copilot for Sales. It's priced the exact same at $600. It's available to purchase in CSP. It includes the Microsoft 365 Copilot license, so you don't have to go and buy the Microsoft 365 Copilot and Microsoft Copilot for Services. It's already included. And it's an add-on license, and you must have a Microsoft 365 bundle in order for you to add this services license. So what this does is modernize your contact center with a Copilot designed for services. It extends your existing contact center with generative AI to enhance service experience and boost agents' productivity. So this is where it gets super interesting. You can customize your Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365, or you can build your own Copilot experience. You can use your own data, your own applications, and create your own very own personalized Copilot. The license here is very different. The ones that we've talked about earlier were per user licenses. This one is per tenant. The license costs $200 a month, and you get 25,000 messages per license. Each user who manages and accesses the Copilot will need to be assigned a free license. This free license is a $0 SKU. It just needs to be added and assigned to users who are managing or accessing the Copilot. But the main license here is that $200 SKUs per month, which will give you 25,000 messages. This is available to purchase in CSP, and Stoneridge can help you purchase this license as well. I don't want to get too much in depth here with the Copilot Studio. I do want to focus on the licensing. If you're interested in this, take a screenshot. It's a very cool software, very flexible. You can build your own agents. You can customize that Copilot. You You could connect the platforms with other Microsoft stacks. Um, and it's just very much flexible and personalized to you. Now let's talk about the Microsoft built-in Copilots in Dynamics 365. This is where most confusion comes in. This is where I get the most questions as well. So you probably went into your Dynamics 365 one day and realized that you already have Copilot. Do you need to pay for it now? No, but that could change in the future. We just aren't sure yet. We'll get into some of these examples and I'll tell you what I mean. So for Dynamics 365 Business Central Essentials and Premium, it is included with your BC license at no extra cost. You just need to be reasonable with your usage. Microsoft did explicitly say that pricing might be introduced later. It seems like they aren't exactly sure how to price this or if they even want to price this or if they want to keep it how it is right now. For Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain, it's included by default in updates in the second half of 2024. So you should be seeing this already. Dynamics 365 Customer Service Enterprise. Basic features such as summarizing cases, asking a question, draft emails, and so on are included. Some customer services add-ins require licenses, but it wouldn't be included by default. So things like chat, digital messaging, or voice and using AI with that, there are different licenses that you would require. And finally, the Dynamics 365 Sales Enterprise and Premium. Few Copilot for Sales capabilities are included with the subscription, but if you need the integration with the apps, you need to purchase the license that we talked about earlier, and that will help you with that integration. So you could take a screenshot here too. It includes some capabilities such as record summarization, recent changes, information assistance, meeting preparations, email assistance, and news updates. So I'm on the licensing team here, and we have a dedicated team here to help you with all things licensing. It's included in your partnership with StoneRidge, so if you're not taking advantage of it, you're not realizing the full value of the partnership with StoneRidge. One of the things we have is a free licensing assessment. We'll look at your licensing and make sure that you're getting the best licenses for your needs. We can look at all your licenses, or we can focus on helping you with the Copilot licenses. It's totally up to you. We help you optimize costs for all licenses, but specifically for Copilot, you can get the 15% off your Copilot licenses if you purchase more than 10 at once before December 31st, 2024. Remember, your price locked in for a year. If you add additional licenses throughout the year, you still get that 15% discount. We'll make sure you're in compliance with all our licensing and give you recommendations on how to simplify and use all your licenses. Offer this as a courtesy and it's included in our partnership, so please take advantage of it. I hope you learned a lot about Copilot and it cleared up some confusion around licensing.